What a difference a day or two makes. Temperatures are much colder. Briefly, we're talking about more record warmth headed our way and the possibility of our first thunderstorms. Pretty dramatic change here in the central U.S. over the last 24 hours. This is a 24-hour change in temperature. 30 to 50 degrees colder than yesterday at this time. And this map would look more dramatic if we compared Monday afternoon's temperatures to this morning's. Some places 70 degrees colder in Minnesota, where they hit 70 and we're almost zero early this morning. It's sub-zero all across northern and central Minnesota this morning. In fact, it's our coldest morning since the middle of January. Coldest temperatures that we've seen this entire month of February. Did get down to 16 below zero after this 6 a.m. cutoff time in International Falls. That was the cold spot that I saw. Wind chills, pretty brutal too this morning. They were sub-zero across the state, even approaching 30 below at times in northern Minnesota. Good old-fashioned February weather for a change, but it's not going to last real long. Got a little snow too. Not much here in southern Minnesota, but northwestern Minnesota did get substantially more as expected, 6 to 8 inches from basically Grand Forks through Crookston, almost to International Falls. They got about 2 to 5 inches generally in that area a little further east. And you can see both swaths of snow on satellite this morning. Visible satellite showing that bright white in North Dakota, northwestern Minnesota, but also southeastern Minnesota. Rochester picked up a little more than an inch. Officially in the Twin Cities at the airport, just 1/10 of an inch. And that was it. We got this cold chunk of high pressure sitting here. Air flows clockwise around those areas of high pressure. So we still have a north breeze today. We're on the cold side of things. Sunshine, but frigid. But already tomorrow, winds are going to roar out of the south, pushing away that cold and bringing in a dramatic warm-up again. Today will be our one below normal day, only our third day this month of below normal temperatures, and substantially so, by about 10 degrees below the average. Highs in the low 20s, single digits only in northern Minnesota, and then tomorrow, look at the difference. Back up to about 50 in the Twin Cities, so almost 30 degrees warmer tomorrow. 30s and 40s even in northern Minnesota. A little cooler there with some clouds and that fresh snow. But then look at these temperatures Saturday, into the 60s. 30s in the northwest. So there's going to be a divide in temperatures here over the weekend to pay attention to. And then well into the 60s, still possible that we hit 70. Half the models about have been pushing us at that 7-degree mark in the Twin Cities. That would be the earliest on record. And speaking of records, those will fall regardless of if we hit 70 or not. Boxed in here are the potential record highs that could fall both Saturday and Sunday. And with that warmth is actually going to come a little bit of moisture for the first time since Christmas when we had that weird weather. Dew points from the Gulf of Mexico making their way to Minnesota, low 50s, which is not humid, but for this time of year, we'll feel like it. And it's just enough energy that we'll be tapping into that moisture and instability to produce some convective available potential energy, or that energy available for thunderstorms. So thunderstorms are a distinct possibility, if not looking increasingly likely late Sunday along this cold front. And then there's going to be rain and snow on the back end of it. Still early to tell where that snow could line up. It does seem to be favoring more western Minnesota into the Dakotas, kind of similar to this last go around, but that's still several days out yet. That could change. Meanwhile, it's just this very dramatic roller coaster of temperatures. 22 today only, 15 tonight, so still pretty chilly, below normal, and then 50 tomorrow, upper 50s. Friday, look at that weekend. More like a May weekend than the first weekend of March. Yes, it is March, even though the temperatures have felt like March all month. And yeah, a little thunder late in the day, maybe some snow Sunday night into Monday, and it will cool off, but we're still going to be above normal early next week.